Hi everyone, Hildur here. I have this amazing person with me. It is actually my friend Ingrid. We knew each other before she joined my program, and that was kind of the extra, like in our lives, that we didn't know that that would be our mutual path. So thank you so much for being here, Ingrid.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
It is, um, it is. You mentioned just right now that it's actually 9 months since we started working
Hmm.
together on this, and that's a remarkable time. And thank you for going with me through this time. And I will be excited to hear more about it in our conversation. And thank you for being willing to share your path and experiences.
Yes.
There are few like different groups of people that come and work with me. Very
Hmm.
often, people have like big challenges with their health, and very often this is kind of the last source of like, okay, I need to go the whole way, the full way. But there are always few people that do it even just purely from preventional side. You were more on that side of the spectrum. Can you tell us like what brought you into this decision of taking the program?
Yes, of course. So it was 2 years ago. I noticed I'm having some white hair and like a stain or like a part of white skin. And I wasn't sure first what it is, but I Googled it, of course, and I found it's vitiligo. So it's an immunodeficit disease.
Autoimmune.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you. But at that time, I didn't have really time to go into it. My doctor says there is nothing we can do about it. So he just like told me just keep on watching it if it gets bigger or not. And that's everything that he can do for me.
Mhm.
And then after some time, I was having an accident. I fell off a horse. I broke my arm. And of
Mhm.
course, I was really sick at the time because it was a big shock for my body and for everything. And I recovered partly, or like I was recovering, my hand was getting better, but I felt my body is not in the same condition as it used to be before. I felt much more tired. I didn't feel fine, also like in my head. So
Mhm.
suddenly I was in the state where I knew I have a disease which nobody can help me, I thought, and I'm not feeling so well. I'm feeling tired. And
Yeah.
then I talked to you and you told me, hey, maybe I can help you with both of the things. I was like, interesting.
Mhm.
And since I knew you from before, I believed you, of course.
Mhm.
So I said, okay, let's do it. Let's go for
Yeah.
it.
And I
Mhm.
think I remember that we also discussed this like condition of having an autoimmune disease. The scary part is when you have one autoimmune disease, you are so much more likely to develop another condition,
Yes.
even completely different, but you are like 33% more
Hmm.
likely to do that than a person that doesn't have one. And and that is so interesting. That means that there is some common ground for like that there is some cause for both, even though the autoimmune diseases are completely different.
Yes, this was actually the main reason I decided I will go in
Mhm.
because, like, with the white hair, I like it, I don't care, it's okay.
Mhm.
But I was afraid that if I will continue in the same lifestyle as I have,
Mhm.
something more severe can happen to me. So I thought I will not wait for it to happen. What can I do now to stop my body respond in a way that it does now?
Yeah. And that is amazing to be willing to take the step also for prevention. And we
Mm.
know so much of like the normal way of every basically adult. They have so many challenges, and we always think this is just normal. And But like you say, the tiredness, the not feeling strong enough just in your body, that is a great to see that as a warning sign.
Yes.
So, so how has it been? Like you have been doing this now for 9 months, and I just have to mention that you are from Czech, so you are
Yes.
not one of my Icelandic community.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically told me like that this, or you showed me that it's even manageable to do it without the community. But of course, we were in contact, so I could give
Mm-hmm.
you certain support. But how was it, both like using the material, the program, like adapting to it? And let's then go into the results of like how it, what it has given you.
Mm-hmm. So it was so great that in all your materials, first you explain to me like why do I have to do it? Like what is the reason of some steps? Because
Mhm.
of course you have been asking me to get rid of some food and make some steps in my life where I have to think about it and so it was so important for me that I kind of like knew what is the reason, why do I have to do this, how it can help me. So I just thought, okay, this makes completely sense. I will just do it.
Mhm.
And then it was very easy just to follow what do I have to do week by week.
Mhm.
Because of course I was afraid if I will be able to do it or if I will be able to eat something or whatever. But it was so easy because you gave us all like lists. What can we do? How can we exchange some food for something else? So in the end, it wasn't really hard. I
Mhm.
just had to follow what you said. So the hardest part was change something, some habits that I had for 40 years.
Yeah.
Because of course we all have like a way how we are doing our shopping or cooking or how we organize, stuff
Mhm.
like pizza night maybe or something. So suddenly I just had to look for new options.
Yeah.
But once I got this, once I checked out all the stores in my town, I live in a very small town, so I checked what can I buy there. Then I checked online shops, like what do I have to order online. So I knew after 1 week, so I knew where to get what. And
Mhm.
then I was okay because I knew how to do my shopping, so I knew I will not die from
Yeah.
being hungry. And then I just had to experiment because, of course, you have to exchange some food that you were used to for something else. But
Mhm.
actually, I liked it
Yeah.
because usually we kind of like eat all the same time, the same things like, okay, in the morning, some bread and ham and cheese and blah, blah, blah. But now I get to know like new things. So it was also like fun, like to change something. So once I got this routine, it felt very easy.
Yeah.
So because you really told us exactly what we can do, how can we exchange it, so there was like no doubt. I just did what you said.
Oh, that's amazing. And you were good in taking guidance. That's also like doing this on your own. That's amazing. And and now since you didn't have like the big problems, like you weren't aching all over and stuff, like did you, how fast and what did you start to then notice in the beginning, the changes? I would love to
Hmm.
hear if you can take us,
Yeah.
if you remember.
Yeah, that was so interesting because my goal was like stop my body from overreacting and make sure I will not get any more sicknesses. So I didn't think I will see some changes because I thought, okay, I'm healthy, I have no
No
problems.
problems.
So I thought I will feel in the same way as always,
Yeah.
but it wasn't true. So, like, first, I was losing some weight, which was a very nice bonus for me because I have 3 kids and I work at a computer And also I was eating some chocolate when I was like at the computer, so I didn't really take care of the weight so much.
Mhm.
And I thought I will never lose the kilograms I gained because of my kids. I was like, okay, I'm a mom. What can I do? Suddenly,
Yeah.
I could see I'm losing it. I was like, wow, I didn't see that coming. It was like really, really nice.
Yeah. That was
So
the bonus. Like it just
yes,
happened by itself. Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
But what was even like better, of course, was how I felt because I didn't even realize that before when I was eating all the sugar and things. I had like those spikes in my day where after eating something like sweet, I was full of energy for maybe 5 minutes. Then I was really like down. So I was like up and down, up and down, up and down. I used to be a little bit like sick as well in the morning because I think my digestion wasn't really the best, but I didn't think it should be a problem. I just like think that's how people feel in the morning, right? So we are a little bit like tired in the morning, maybe a little bit sick or whatever. So I didn't really like think about this until I saw the changes because suddenly my energy levels have been like stable. So since I work from home, um, before I very always like have to even like lay down after lunch because I was like so tired and I was like, okay, I'm not in the mood to work. But now really I was able to do so much more stuff, be more active in my life. So it was like a huge bonus, and I wasn't feeling sick in the morning. And like overall, my energy was much more stable, and I felt also my mental energy was actually much more stable as well, which was like really interesting.
Mhm.
I didn't really think about it before, how the sugar can also like influence your stress levels or your everything. So now
Mhm.
I feel much more stable, much better, and I know there is not this up and down, but it's like a very nice stable level.
Yeah. And do you feel that you both maintain now you also, I mean, you run a big business and there is a lot of stress in your work and that just comes with it. Do you feel that you still managed or even better? And do you feel that, yeah, with a stable energy, might it be like even stronger or would you say like in
Hmm.
general?
It was like one of the things I was really afraid because I have some months or like weeks and months in my business when it's like really intense and I really work a lot, and I'm also stressed.
Yeah.
And of course, in the old days, I used to solve this with some chocolate and some sweets and
Yeah.
so I was afraid, but how will I manage to cope with these periods which are like really intense when I cannot have the sugar and the
This fast energy that gives you kind of the saving you in the moment. Yeah.
yeah. But I said, okay, let's do it and let's try it. So first of all, since I started, thanks to your program, to pay attention, what do I eat? I started to like notice sometimes I eat only because of my emotions. So maybe there could be another way how I can cope with my emotions and really like solve the issue rather than just to eat something. So that was even like my first thing. So I realized, well, when I'm like stressed, maybe I should do something else than eat. I should actually solve the things which is like stressing me out.
Mm.
Or sometimes, like in the old days when I didn't take care about me so well, sometimes I really like pushed myself like too much, like it's midnight, but I will work, I will do it, I will eat some chocolate, I will do it. But
Mhm.
now I was like, okay, it's 10 p.m. I will go to sleep because I want to be like fresh.
Yeah.
So first of all, I even like changed the way how I was dealing with food because now I see food as something which is supporting my energy, it's giving me nutrition and everything, but I don't solve my life and business issues with food anymore. So that was
Mhm.
the first thing.
Mhm.
And then I realized or I experienced even when I'm going through something which is like more difficult and more demanding, I can definitely cover my energy needs just by eating normal, balanced food. So I don't need to put the caffeine or the sugar or whatever. So I work perfectly normal. So I didn't really feel the need for anything else. And if I do, I can have some nuts, or like if I really need some extra food, I can have some nuts or something, or I can do something else. I can have a walk maybe outside or
Yeah.
so I was really surprised how well it went, and it was really only my old habits, my thoughts. I need to eat chocolate when I'm at the
Yeah.
computer and I'm stressed. I don't need to.
It's so interesting how many programs we have in our mind that are not necessarily correct, but
Yes,
we have somehow proved for ourselves that that is a somehow reality, but it might be based on the wrong information. So
yes,
yeah.
yes,
And like you
definitely.
say, like energy, like in your mind, like you, it's so often that people, like one of the first things that people get rid of is brain fog and like this cloud in your mind.
Mm,
So, and people talk about like being more sharp and focused and being exactly more able to concentrate in
mm.
work and in projects. Is that something you could, is that similar to what you were describing?
Yeah, basically, because when I was having these sugar spikes, it helped me for a little while, and then I really was like, oh, I'm a little bit dizzy, I need some rest. But
Mhm.
now, really, when it's needed, because I have like, let's say, 2 weeks, sometimes I really work a lot, I
Mhm.
was able to work consistently in the same way, everything was perfect. And also, I could feel I can rely on it
Mhm.
because I'm not stressed. Like right now, for example, I'm not stressed that I will be super tired in 5 minutes and I will not be able to finish my work. I know I will be okay. I will finish it, you know. So it give me even like some extra confidence actually that I will be able to do these challenging weeks in my business because I can rely on my body.
Yeah, you have the foundation to carry you through.
Mm,
That's beautiful.
mm,
And you say like even with the intensity in your work, you are running your own company and all. Like a lot of people are worried that this is like too complicated, and people talk about that they have families or need to travel and stuff. Like, how do you feel that you can manage with these things? You have also a family and kids. How
yes, yes.
for you to deal with this in your everyday life?
Hmm. So I have 3 kids, and of course, like in the old days, I used to make one meal for the whole family. Although it's true that maybe some of my kids don't like something, so even then I have to adapt. So
Yeah.
actually, even then we have been used to like, let's say I make vegetables, somebody takes it with pasta, somebody with rice and everything.
Mhm.
Um, so again, of course, I had to kind of like find a system how to do it because let's say we will not only buy bread and ham, but also like some breakfast things for me. And I'm like organized. So first I will do my breakfast and this. So it's again, everything is about finding a system. And of course, what happened is that, for example, my daughter, the youngest one, when she sees I'm doing something or I'm eating something interesting for breakfast, she would also likes to taste. So now she's having the same breakfast as me, and I'm just doing something else for the boys. So it's even like I incorporate, of course, some of the food which I'm doing for me to the whole family. And many of the things I'm doing now, everybody eats it. So maybe like to them, I'm adding something extra or even not, or they can have something with it. And so it's everything is just about planning.
Mhm.
In the beginning, it was a little bit like maybe difficult where I saw them eating some sweets or something and I couldn't do it.
Knowing that it, yeah, maybe for the temptation for you, but
Yes,
it can
yes.
always also be challenging of like knowing that they are doing something that you know now that it wouldn't be good for them, That's
Yeah.
also a
Ah,
thing.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
that's right. But that's more like now.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
in the beginning, what really helped me was to realize that we have a cat and our cat has her cat food
yeah,
and I'm not touching it. I know it's cat food, it's not for me. So
yeah,
I was like, okay, so this is like my family's food. I'm not eating it. It's for them, cat's food and my food. So really, I made in our kitchen a drawer only
yeah,
for my food. So as I don't constantly have to look, maybe I should.
yeah,
So I just
yeah.
like separated it and I just like changed it in my mind. I have now this, they have this, my cat
Yeah.
has this, and it was okay.
Yeah, and it is so beautiful. Like you say, now your daughter starts to be curious and wants to participate and stuff. I believe that we have good and positive influence just by doing ourselves. Like you never
Yes.
change someone by telling them you should or shouldn't,
Mhm.
but it is by like positive example that people start to lean over your shoulder and it's like, what are you doing? Like
Yes,
this
yes.
is
And and also like definitely now my family also is eating more healthy. Like of course they don't have the same diet as me, but since let's say now I'm preparing much more vegetables, of
Mhm.
course they also eat it.
Yeah,
So by changing really yourself, you change everybody who's around you.
yeah. And the beautiful thing is like sometimes it's even like either people's partners or grown-up kids and stuff that start to feel so well that they get to be kind of the main supporter of the person that is actually doing the work for their health. So
Mhm,
that's also
mhm,
so beautiful when that happens, like seeing like this butterfly effect. It's not
mhm,
like what
mhm.
we start out to do, but it is beautiful when we have this effect on our surroundings. It's
Yes.
the biggest
And
gift, isn't it?
And maybe I can even mention because maybe it can be a topic for somebody. My husband first, he was like, "You have a diet. Why do you do it?" So he wasn't really like supportive. Like he was kind of
Mm.
like, "This nonsense. Why do you have to do it? Such a strange idea." Like he was not really like saying, "Oh, honey, it's nice."
Yeah.
But he was like more like, what? Why can't you just eat with us? You know,
Why
like the
can't you be
bread or
normal? Yeah.
yes, exactly. But I just like knew what I was doing. I knew my reasons, so I kind of like kept it in the way. And for example, my mom and she lives just like near. She used to bring me some food, like when she had some leftovers, or she is inviting us over for some like parties. So I
Mhm.
was also like really bit afraid, what will she do when I will tell her, Mom, don't do this anymore for me because I have a diet. And it's so great. Just tomorrow we are going there for a party, and she prepares for me like a plate with vegetables and all the things which I can eat. And she makes it like so beautifully. It's like a cake, you know,
Oh,
because
wow.
we are having a birthday party there tomorrow. So of course for the kids she bakes her cake and
Yeah.
everything, and then she makes special one for me.
Yeah.
So everything is manageable and you don't have to be afraid it will like destroy your relationship with some people. I told her, don't worry, I can bring my food. And she was, no, I will make vegetables for you. So it's really nice.
Yeah. And what would you say to a person like that is thinking of maybe taking on the program and doing these changes? If a person says like, I don't know if I can I travel a lot or
Mm.
like in 1 month I'm going abroad for 3 weeks. Like I like how is this possible?
Yeah, yeah.
I
So I
have
have,
to say.
yes, I have a lot of experience with this because I was recently like doing some shorter trips in Europe, and also just recently I was 1 month in Asia, which was like new thing for me. So I didn't really knew what to expect. So when I'm in Europe, it's kind of like very easy because I know kind of that like you can go to some similar shops everywhere.
Yeah.
So I have like my system, so I know that maybe it's nice to bring with me something to the airport or like to the airplane and everything.
Mhm.
And then sometimes when I'm like packing, I'm packing some special things which I know they are not so easily available. But
Yeah.
then I just like when I arrive there, I go to the supermarket, I buy some stuff, and I'm okay. So
Yeah.
that's perfectly doable. You just like have to think a little bit in advance. Like let's say I cannot rely that at a very small airport there will be something, but I think about it in advance. I prepare it, and it's okay.
Yeah.
When I was going to Asia, it was a little bit more tricky because, of course, the food there might be different. But again, I was using the same strategy, let's say. So I figured out which shops are selling what. Sometimes
Mhm.
I went to like a bigger shop, or I was there for a month and a half. So I was even ordering online some things.
Mhm.
So the special things, I knew I have to buy them in a bigger city there because then I was on a very, let's say, like small island, so there was
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
So I just like think like what do I have to buy, like some special things, and then the normal things you can get really everywhere. So
Yeah.
once you decide, you just like are looking for solutions.
Yeah.
And when I'm going out, like for to eat, it's also nowadays it's kind of like not so difficult because usually you can find something healthy. Of course, you cannot go to some fast food, but if you go to like a normal place, but actually even in McDonald's,
McDonald's.
they have maybe a salad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm. Sometimes I just ask them if they can remove one ingredient from the
Yeah.
meal and it's okay for me, or it's not so difficult actually to find restaurants where you can eat. Even like when you don't understand maybe the language, they have like pictures of the food. So I never.
Yeah. And now we have like Google Translator or whatever.
Yes,
Like we
yeah,
have
that's
so many
right.
ways. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I was never starving. Like when I go to a completely new place, sometimes just to be sure, I have maybe like some nuts or something in case I
Yeah.
would really not be able to get anything, but it never actually happens.
Yeah, yeah, that's good to hear. And I mean, this is my experience, but I've been doing this for so long that it's like my way of life. And but that is exactly what you say. Like maybe in the beginning you have to do some planning and think, but and it's really not that complicated because you are so fast in like finding your way. But then it becomes like, isn't it? Like you say, you go now out to eat and it's not complicated because you know exactly what you're looking for, how you approach it, if you need to ask for some change. It's like this starts to be just our reality and so normal, right?
Yes. And for example, like now, when I'm going for some shorter trips, let's say like for 4 days, I just check I have some special food which I want to take at home. I just pack it. I already have my system. So it takes me like, I don't know, 2 minutes to do
Yeah.
all this. Then let's say in the morning when I'm doing my breakfast, I'm doing more. And I take with me into some like
Like
glass
a jar. Yeah.
containers. So as I
Yeah.
have some more in case I would be like hungry in the plane and they would have nothing. So it's really so easy now. I have a system and it doesn't take me extra work.
No, and I like it sounds like maybe for a person that is kind of thinks like, oh my God, what is this? And it might sound like this is so complicated and you have to think and plan and live differently or whatever. But like you said, when it's starting to be your routine, it maybe is extra 2 minutes that you need to just like
Yes,
have the thought, and this becomes your day-to-day just routine. You don't think about it. So
yes. It,
yes, but of course, with all changes, right, we'll have to adapt and learn new things, and that's always a little process, right?
Yes, but it's definitely like the first weeks you have to get used to it. You have to see what can you buy and where, or what can you get out of it. But then
Mhm.
it's just like you already know. So I think it's maybe the same as if you have a small child and you travel. So of course you bring some baby food with him and that's it. So
Yeah, yeah, that's a good example. That's
yes.
true. We would never think that's kind of a major problem. We would just
Yes.
like have that in mind and prepare.
Yes, just make
Yeah,
sure you have some extra in case you are somewhere where there is no food
yeah,
for babies, and that's it.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's so amazing to hear that, like, everything that you have gained from, like you said, thinking that you were completely healthy from the beginning,
Mm.
still, it must mean that you feel that much better that 9 months later you are continuing the program, right?
Yeah, that's really interesting because of course, like first I thought, okay, so maybe I will do it for some weeks or maybe and then I will go back, but of course I'm not going back. Like I'm not I'm not crazy. No,
Yeah.
really, because now if you would put in front of me like a cake or something, I'm like, I don't care at all. It's not my food. I don't like I'm not interested, you know. I will have my
It's
own
just a
food.
cat food.
Yeah, exactly, the cat food. So I really have no reason for coming back to my old style because now it feels for me so easy, so natural, and also I have like a very good feeling about myself because I know I'm doing a good thing for my body, for my health, which
Yeah,
is doing every like I need to be healthy so as I can be with my family and my business and everything. So it feels so great and really I feel like so light, I would say. Like I don't want to be drained down by the old food, or I don't want to be uh, dependent maybe on the old food. Now I really feel independent. Like
yeah,
I feel stable. I feel like I know what to eat. I'm not hungry, of course. I'm eating well. I like
yeah,
my food. I have some treats when I wanna like something
yeah,
special. I know what to do. I know where to buy it. So there's absolutely no reason why I would change to the old food.
yeah. It's so beautiful when what you say there, that you feel so light because it's like this sluggishness that we think is normal, of like feeling a
Mm-hmm.
little like heavy on the inside, and that really is not a normal thing if you are in your element. So beautiful to say. uh,
Yes.
so like, what would you advise a person, like, even um there are not, like I said, there are always few that come as just like pure prevention. So
Mm.
you would be talking to a person, even with greater problems,
Mm.
and thinking that this might be like, is it too complicated or too long? Or like, would you
Mm.
advise a person to take on the program?
Yeah. You will definitely be able to do it because, for example, I thought I could never live without chocolate, and here I go without chocolate, and I'm feeling better than ever. So and really, if you think you don't have the time or something, I have 3 kids, I'm running a business, I'm traveling a lot, so I also don't have time. But if you really want to do a change, you will just find ways. How can you do it? I don't spend much time in the kitchen actually, like sometimes yes, but when I don't have the time, I just make something pretty fast and it's also perfectly fine. So don't look for excuses, look for ways how can you do it. Even if everybody thinks you are crazy and everything, you will thank yourself so much later that you did this. So
Mhm.
like, what's the worst that can happen? You can always stop it, but I guess you will never will because and you will have all the guidance and materials from Hildur, so you will know exactly what to do. you don't have to be afraid about anything, because she will tell you exactly do this because of this, and everything makes completely logical sense. So you will understand everything, how it works. You just have to follow all the steps, and you will also have support and help. So I'm sure you will do it, and you will thank yourself so much later. So I still have the date, 16th of July, when I started. It's a big date of my life, really. And I celebrate it each month, and I will have soon my 1 year anniversary. So you will really thank yourself later for what you did.
Yeah. Wow. And thank you so much for this, Ingrid. Like, I think even for a person sharing this that actually thought that she was healthy, maybe you weren't fully healthy compared
Mm,
to what you are today. And
yeah.
recommending really that this is so much worth, like how that has changed so much for you. And like in my, where I came from, being so sick and
Mm,
able to live the same reality. We share that today. We both travel a lot and have a lot of people around us and running a big operation in our business. I think that speaks for itself. But like for us coming from such a different background and still choosing to do this for our ongoing well-being and bright future is, I hope that really gives people the hope and the will
mm.
to make it happen for them as well.
Yeah, thank you that you are having this wonderful mission, that you are helping so many people. And of course, I wish the best of luck and good health to all of you. And well, I hope you will feel the same as we feel.
Thank you so much, Ingrid, for your time and this beautiful sharing, and very best luck with your ongoing journey. Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.